morning. Let's see if we can get a tarot reading in today, even with the Mercury retrograde. I'll tell you what, I have been exhausted this whole weekend. So I'm lighting blue candle, a red candle, a purple candle, some incense, and a green candle. And I usually have about 4 white candles going for purity and for each of the 4 directions: earth, air, fire, water, north, south, east, and west. Pardon. Now, which one should I use? I'm not sure. I think I left my Tarot Mucha deck somewhere else. It's in my bag somewhere. I take my tarot cards to church with me, and so I have them in my bag in case anybody wanted a reading. The church I go to actually, accepts tarot readings. Most churches that I've been to, at least, don't accept people or their spirituality if it goes outside the lines of their religion. But I found one that does. They're accepting of absolutely all faiths, all people. Unitarian Universalists. Their beliefs coincide a lot with my beliefs. I don't go to church often, though. I just can't, it's too draining to be around people for a long time. It's nice to hear the message from God when it comes in, because sometimes I'll hear the message from God from the sermons. And a lot of times there's a lot of love and good energy in churches. And I like to be in that. But it can be very draining, when people want to talk to you and so I don't go to church a whole bunch, even though it is very nice. Some kitties. So I'm going to use, apparently, my Rider-Waite deck. Smith-Waite, actually. Tarot deck. A Centennial deck. came in this lovely tin. I love it when they give you boxes to put them in. I need, like, I need a carrying case for my tarot decks so that they don't get all messed up. And I have, like, one container where I can put them all in so that I can, you know, take them around with me. I don't feel right when I don't have a tarot deck with me. I just don't. I like keeping them around. I like having one handy if I need it, and like just having them near me gives me comfort, kind of like rosaries. So, tarot reading for today. What is today? Is it the 30th or the 31st? It is the 31st. Alright, so tomorrow we're going to start the signs. I will do signs. I will do one video for every sign. Because I skipped July. I didn't intend to skip July, but I skipped July. So, I'm going to do one video for each of the signs for August, starting tomorrow. Because I don't like to do it beforehand. I like to actually, like, be in the month before I give out the August reading. And whenever you switch months, it always seems like incredibly intense. Like the last week of the month and the first week of the month is a very big changing time for a lot of people, which is why I get drained a lot, aside from the actual Mercury retrograde going on and the 2 new moons and the eclipses and the meteor shower and, oh, Lord help us, the fire trine coming up, and it should be very interesting. Really, stuff that doesn't happen for at least 100 years. If a life, you know, twice in a lifetime would be a miracle. Very, very interesting. All signs, please. General reading. All signs, please. So, we have in our past the World card. I don't know if you guys can see these things. It doesn't fall over. But that's the best I can do until I actually get like a camera mount that can like look over my cards. So, in our past we have the World card, which is evolution, the ending of karmic cycles, which is very good. Learning from your past, stepping into new phases, breaking chains, and moving forward, which is awesome. And then we have in our center, crossing is the Lover's card, and underneath is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a very analytical mindset. It's very cerebral, logical, cold, truthful, just, balanced, is very much in control of their thoughts, and is very much a thought-oriented person. They don't allow their emotions to take control of what they think and what they do. They are very, very much cerebral people. This doesn't have to be an air sign, but it can be. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I don't like to designate signs for those things because it's not usually a sign. It's usually the energy of a person. And anybody can take on this energy. It's just the way they feel at the moment. So a King of Swords is someone who is extremely in control of those things, is able to dole out justice and truth in a better way than, say, would a queen or a page or a knight. He's not overly harsh. He's just, this is the truth, and this is how it is, and this is justice, and this is righteousness, and this is doing the right thing, because it is the right thing. It doesn't matter about how people feel about it. It's the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do. And so that's the energy we are situated with right now. There's a King of Swords energy right now. The truth, justice, balance, and analytical. Crossing this is the Lover's card. The Lover's card is a trying to speak without coughing, because usually when I cough it's something that I'm not supposed to say. Lover's card. The Lover's card is a physical attraction between two people. It's a binding of passion and lust. It can be divinely guided. It can be soulmates or a soul contract between two people. The angel depicted in the card is Eros, and it is the angel of lust and passion and physical attraction. And having that as a challenge, it is a major arcana, just like the World card is. We have 3 major arcana here. 1, 2, 3. Major arcana are the significant cards. All the rest can be changed, but these are the life lessons that we go through. These are the lessons of the moment. These are the things that we have to pay attention to and understand in order to move forward and grow our lives and our souls. The Lover's card is a challenge. It can be that physical relationship. It can be that passionate exchange. It can be the lust and the desire as a challenge. Maybe somebody's having a problem with an addiction to lust, an addiction to giving in to someone who is lustful, who uses lust as a manipulation, who is able to get their way who's able to get their way through lust. Like, we're having a disagreement. We have a disagreement right now. And you want to do one thing, but I want you to do another. And so I'm going to seduce you and make everything all right again. Because you will be lost in that chemical exchange. That, I think it's what is it? Oxy something. Some chemical that comes through the brain that is released whenever you have sex with someone. But that blissful feeling, that chemical release that you get after you have sex is what they use to win arguments, change minds. So that's the challenge right now for this King of Swords. The energy of the King of Swords, the energy of truth and justice and righteousness and what is right, is being challenged by lust and physical attraction. You need to do what's right, not what your body feels. And then at the top of our thoughts, we have the Queen of Wands. This is a fiery, passionate woman, or a fiery, passionate energy. Plays along well with the Lover's card. It seems this King of Swords is thinking about this Queen of Wands. in the future, the Queen of Wands is a fiery, passionate woman, or a fiery, passionate energy of a person. It doesn't exactly have to be a person or a woman. It can be any gender. It just has to be a little bit more subdued and submissive than an actual king would be. It's the energy of creativity and subtle creations. She isn't as domineering as a king would be. She is more subversive in her way of getting her way. And then at the foundation of the reading, we have the King of Pentacles, which is an earth sign and stability. It might be that it is a person of great financial standing who's very stable and grounded and very materialistic, very manifests well dealing with finances in the material world, and is able to have a nice home, have a stable financial future, have stable finances and like no debt, and able to go through his life accruing money and material goods and those kinds of things in the material world, and is just able to really, really take control of those things in that way and move through his life in that way. Whereas the fire sign would, a fire sign king would be able to manifest with their passions, with their fire, with their creativity, with their ideas, with their ingenuity and leadership. And the King of Swords is able to manifest with their ideas, their thoughts, their truth. They manifest with the mental capacity. In our future, we have the Strength reversed. This can be a energy of not being in control of your emotions, not being in control of that lust. You aren't able to control your lustful side. You aren't able to control that inner beast that see, this woman, she usually is like out in the wilderness somewhere, and this lion comes along and wants to eat her, and starts roaring at her and is going to attack her, but with her gentleness, with her gracefulness, with her compassion and love, she is able to close the mouth of the lion. She's very balanced and gentle, and she's able to take control of that situation just by her grace and her love. But when it's reversed, it's not being able to control the lion. And the lion is a metaphor for the situation. If it's a situation in your outside world, like in your environment, like if there's a roaring lion going on around you and it's just chaos and stress and anger or agitation and nervousness or just some sort of chaos in the outside of your life, you are able to, balance and be gentle and calm and compassionate and just move through that chaos, calming the lion, and just be all right. It'll be all right. And you close the mouth of a lion like that. If it's inside of you, it's an internal struggle where you have a lot of anger and anxiety and chaos inside of you, and you're not able to find your balance. Or if it's this lustful situation, you just aren't able to tame your lustful inclination. You're just a slave to your lust. And I heard somebody speak about golden chains the other day. I don't remember who it was. Oh, it was the minister, actually. Golden chains is a figure of speech in New York where people are going through their lives in a career that they do not want, that they're not passionate about, and it's just a grind every single day, and they don't want to be there. But the money is good, and they don't want to live paycheck to paycheck, and so they squander their lives away paycheck to paycheck. And they feel like they're trapped, but, you know, really they aren't. They could, you know, live paycheck to paycheck or find a different way to make a living. I mean, they don't have to be there. But that's the figure of speech of being golden handcuffed, to be a slave to the money. And so this person right here must be a slave to the lust, just having an addiction to lust, not able to calm the beast, not able to break free from the lustful temptation of this person who gets what they want all the time. And then in our bonus card, this card just wanted to come out, is the Five of Cups reversed. Usually this card talks about regret, and either it can be one of two ways with a reversal. It's either you are wallowing in the regret, you are deeply in your despair, and you don't feel like you have any choice other than to just, you know, regret what happened, and you're just like looking at the past, looking at what happened and thinking, wow, what went wrong? And you can't move forward from that. Or you are actually looking at your 2 cups that you have left over. You are thankful for what you have left over, and you are moving forward in a healthy way. So, that's the situation we have right now. I hope this doesn't go on too long. I am a bit tired. It's already been 21 minutes. I know a lot of people, like the fire signs, are impatient and want to get to their reading. Kitties. Earth signs. 4 cards, please, for earth signs. Tower, 7 of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Emperor. So, Tower. Deep revelations that rock your world, rock your foundations, chaos, destruction, shocking news. It can be that your world is breaking apart, or it can be as simple as your car broke down. It can be a news of divine love. It can be that your beliefs are being broken. But this is a situation that's very shocking, that comes on fast, that can change your life forever, but in a good way. It might seem right now that your life is being destroyed, or that there's chaos all around you. It might be very painful. It can be, it can wreck your system. It can, you know, it can give you heart palpitations. It can stress you out. You can feel like the 9 of Swords energy, where you have a lot of loss of sleep. But please don't do that. Give it to God. He is the one that's usually doing this, because this is the Tower card, and that bolt of lightning that came in to destroy everything is God. And he's doing this for a purpose, to bring down the false structures that you have built that are in the way of his purpose for you. So, yeah. If you give it to God and know that he has your best interests at heart, he always does. It's just that there were things in place that you were not willing to let go of. And that, what in the world? Sorry about that. There were things in your life that you weren't willing to let go of, that he has to come in and take it away for you, or change it for you, or force you to see what you weren't seeing. It can be very, very upsetting. It can be, it can feel like your world is ending, like these people are completely distraught and, you know, falling to what they think is their doom. But really, God has like pillows down on the bottom, or if he doesn't have pillows down on the bottom, it's a pathway to like green fields and, you know, blessed water, lands of milk and honey. But yeah, the tower is all about building a false structure, a structure on weak foundations, a structure that was built on lies, that needs to come down in order for God to give you what he intends for you, in order for God to give you what is best for you. So it might seem like your world is crashing down, but it actually is being rebuilt. In our environment, and the way people see you, is the Seven of Swords upright. The Seven of Swords is sneaky behavior, thief, lying, deception, just an all-around not good person that is stealing something from an army, actually. This thief goes in and steals all the swords from the army camp and runs away with them and tries to like get away with it, but he gets caught. The alternate interpretation of this is a person who's stealing back their power. That's interesting. I forgot to say the other part of the reversal for the reversed strength. So, strength in reversal can also mean, give me a minute, it just fell. Strength in reversal can also mean an incredible amount of strength, great willpower, overcoming through incredible willpower. Like, if this King of Swords has this lust as a challenge, and he or she enforces the reversal of strength on that, they will overcome it. They just have to be incredibly disciplined and incredibly clear-minded and incredibly they have to use an incredible amount of inner strength, inner will to overcome it. And if that's what's going on, then that would be a stealing your power back, not being manipulated, not being lied to, not allowing someone to enforce their will upon you. Because this dude goes into this other enemy's camp. The enemy is about to like overrun him and his people with their weapons. And so he, the little trickster that he is, goes in and steals their swords so that they cannot do that. He steals their power back, his power back, so that they cannot kill them, which is the good side of the thief, which is the good side of the Seven of Swords. He does drop 2 swords, though, and gets found out. But he still gets 5 swords, at least. Environment. So that's your environment, or how people are seeing you. So with this tower situation, you might be enforcing this tower situation. You might be speaking the truth. You might take on this King of Swords energy and speak your truth, which would enact this tower situation. And doing so, people will see you as the thief, as the person who's stealing back their power. And then in our hopes, fears, and emotions is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords can be a spy. And he's looking at the Tower and the Seven of Swords. So it might be someone that's watching you or spying on you. It can also be messages, sharp truths coming in fast that are not intentionally, cruel. It's just the truth. And that's in your hopes, fears, and emotions. And then as our outcome, we have the Emperor, another major arcana, a life lesson. This is the energy of an Aries person. This is a leader. This is a person who takes control of the situation, who knows what's right, sees the overall, the whole situation. They see the bigger picture of everything and are able to organize and say, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, and this needs to happen. Please get it done. Let's do this. And does this in a strict fatherly manner, but more in a leadership role, a good leader, not a boss. Someone who takes control of their life. Interesting, earth signs. Interesting. Let's see if we have some advice for you. The World. Archangel Michael. A job well done. Joy, contentment, and gratitude. The path towards enlightenment. We had the World card in our past, too. On the current situation. Very interesting. Karmic circles ending. Karmic cycles ending. Being able to move forward in a new phase of your life. And that was for you, earth signs. So, air should be interesting. Air signs, air signs. 4 cards, please, for air signs. Ooh. All right. We have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. I'm not sure if I showed everybody all of the cards for the earth signs, so I'm going to do that just to make sure everybody sees these. So air signs, we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed, the 7 of Wands upright, the 9 of Cups upright, and the 6 of Swords reversed. 6 of Pentacles talks about a codependent relationship, or one-sided giving that isn't happening anymore. That philanthropy, about someone being balanced and able to give, but you don't want to give anymore. You aren't feeling very philanthropic, you aren't feeling very charitable, or you aren't able to give anymore. Or it can be stealing. It can be about taking and stealing. It can be about you taking something from someone that isn't theirs, or isn't yours, to take. The reversal of philanthropy is taking and stealing. So that would be the energy that would be for that card. In your environment, you have the 7 of Wands, where you are defending your position. You are trying to defend your beliefs, and this is how some people see you, or others are trying to defend their beliefs around you. You might be trying to defend your position about stealing something. And your hopes, fears, and emotions is the 9 of Cups. You might be hoping for emotional fulfillment, happiness, joy, contentment, a wish come true. You want a wish to happen. Pardon me. In the outcome, we have the 6 of Swords reversed. You're struggling to keep your emotions calm. Your thoughts are impeding upon your emotions, or you're being extremely cold and your emotions are totally not involved in your process. You're just moving forward in a very, very cold manner. So, air signs, I don't know what you guys are doing, but if it's not on the up and up, you need to reassess your path in life. Stealing is never a good thing. And if you continue on that route, there will be a tower situation. Judgment and justice will come down on you. And that is your life path. That is one of your life lessons. Being an air sign, truth, justice is a part of your destiny and part of your life lesson. As challenges and bonus cards, we got the 4 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. 2 Wands, 4 of Pentacles. So, challenging you is being greedy, stingy, playing things close to your chest, and trying to plan for the future. Again, I'm going to tell you, do not follow a path of deception. Do not follow a path of theft and greed, because if you do, that is a life lesson that you will have to learn. Advice, please, for air signs. This might not resonate with everybody, but I'm sure it will resonate for a few. Renewal, judgment. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. You will be judged. You follow your current path. You need to go to a new life. You need to go into a new direction. Fire. The Moon. 2 of Cups. High Priestess reversed. the Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands. Nine of Wands reversed and the Four of Wands upright. So we have the Moon, which is intuition, secrets, psychology, deeply hidden things, things not uncovered, confusion, fears, illusions. Perhaps deep psychology that you need to look at. Perhaps an overabundance of intuition. How people are seeing you or in your environment is the Two of Cups. Soulmate relationship, twin flames, being in love, a relationship blessed by God. Earlier, I wanted to add an addendum to this. From my previous interpretation of the Two of Cups, this can also be the connection between a mother and her child, because sometimes that bond is incredibly strong, and it is a blessed relationship between you, your child, and God. And your hopes, fears, and emotions is the High Priestess, reversed. This can be an overabundance of intuition or a fear of lack of intuition. Maybe you are fearing someone that is very intuitive, that knows tarot, per se. Maybe you are a tarot person and you are very, very much into your intuition and just feeling it very, very clearly, very, very well. Or your intuition could be very off right now, which is always my fear, but I mean, it is what it is, and what's meant to be is meant to be. In the outcome, we have those two cards, Nine of Wands reversed and the Four of Wands upright. I feel like this is being very closed off. You have a wall around you, and inside that wall you have a happy home life. You are extremely happy, you're stable, you're abundant, and you are very happy in what you are doing and where you are. It's just that you have this huge wall around you, and you aren't letting anything else in. Let's see if we have a advice card for fire signs. Advice, please. Please, God. These are Angel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Advice, please, for fire signs. What is that one? Just the top one. Strength. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. Forgiveness and compassion. So that goes along with our future of strength too. The center situation should be affecting everybody, not just one sign. It should be affecting all the signs. And is the situation that we're currently going through. Strength. Interesting. Stay strong, I guess. Keep up that wall. Release harsh judgments and forgive others. It doesn't mean you have to let them in your life again. It just means you forgive them and let them go. Water, water. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Water, water. Pardon me. Two cards popped out. The Knight of Cups and the Eight of Cups. 4 cards, please. 4 cards only. For water, water, water. You okay? All right. And we have the Page of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So, Knight of Cups, trying to move forward, not spilling your cup. The Eight of Cups, you're walking away. The Page of Wands, messages, fiery, passionate messages, or a fire sign child, or someone acting like a fire sign child. And then the Ten of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is having trouble controlling your emotions while you're moving forward through a thing. Just not able to handle the situation. Your cup is splashing your emotions everywhere, and you're being upset and ungrounded. And it's incredibly hard to move forward with all of those emotions upsetting you. Try to be more in control. On the opposite side of the spectrum, this could mean that you are very much in control of your emotions and you are moving forward gracefully, with compassion and forgiveness and empathy, and you are just very much on the top of your game, water signs. It can be one or the other. It depends on where you are in your path through life and what you're able to deal with. Some people are more mature than others, and with that maturity comes the ability to control your emotions in a way that is beneficial for everyone, even when you're going through a turbulent time, which is this person. He's going through a turbulent time on his horse. He's trying, like a dope, he's got this cup that's full of water, and he's trying to, like, you know, move his horse forward. If you've ever ridden a horse, you know that it's, like, incredibly hard to, like, maintain your stillness. Not incredibly hard, but, you know, if your legs are good, it's easy-ish. But, you know, you can spill your wine everywhere if this guy's got wine in his cup. But, with maturity, with that strength in your legs, you can control your emotions enough so they won't spill out over everybody. Even when, like, going at a gallop, you'll be able to, you know, carry a cup of water and not spill it over everything. But if you are, like, your legs are weak, you're not used to controlling your emotions, and you have a habit of just, like, expressing all of your negative emotions or all of your, you know, all that sadness, anger, or whatever, you aren't equipped to move forward without spilling your emotions all over everybody and making it a bad time. So try, if you aren't, like, you know, able to control your emotions, breathe, take a step back, learn a little bit of control and emotional stability. I know it's very, very hard for some signs, like Scorpios. You guys are very intense and very deep and very sensitive, just like Cancers, just like Pisces. And you guys are, it is a life lesson path for you guys to learn how to control those emotions, because eventually you guys will become the King of Cups and you will mature into a person who is incredibly able to use your intuition, use your empathy, use your compassion, and balance, and just to be in a state of emotional control and emotional enlightenment. And that is your life path for your different signs. You all have different major arcana that you're growing into, but the King of Cups is what you will eventually be, basically, in a general way. And I know it's very hard because being a water sign, your emotions are incredibly strong and you feel everything much more deeply than most of the rest of us. If you have a Venus in a water sign, or if your moon is in a water sign, it will be the same for you. You will feel things incredibly deeply, and it's very hard to maintain composure through chaotic times. But eventually, you will be able to control those things and control that emotion, control yourself, and move through things with grace and dignity and compassion and empathy, and know how to take care of yourself and nurture yourself in the same circumstance. So in your environment and how people are seeing you is that you are walking away from a situation, or someone is walking away from you, or starting a new phase in your life. The Eight of Cups is about walking away. It's about stacking up those cups, stacking up your emotions, figuring out what's going on inside of you, and organizing everything, and then stacking them up, and then moving forward with that learning, moving forward into a new and better way of life, more stability. Like these cups are stacked up on the sand on the beach where the tide is coming in, and this person's walking away up this incline onto stable ground. They are moving away from an unstable situation and into more stability. They're just stacking up their cups and walking to more stability, leaving a situation that was tumultuous behind in order to gain stability. And then in your hopes, fears, and emotions is the Page of Wands. This can be a fire sign, although I don't like to designate fire signs or like any signs to the court cards, but this can be a person who is acting immaturely. It can be a person who is new. It's not in the reversal, but it can be someone who is not acting in a very mature manner. They're being a child, not a harsh child, but well, this is a fear, so it might not be the truth of the thing, the circumstance. It's just what you fear, what you are hoping, and what you are feeling. Maybe you might be feeling a certain way, and these might be your emotions. The Page of Wands also talks about news coming in about a creative venture, news coming in about an idea, having an idea, someone coming to you with an offer of love, passion, desire. You might be hoping for a message of love, a message of passion or desire, or you might be fearing it. And then in your outcome, you have the Ten of Cups. Ta-da. It's like rainbows and butterflies and kids dancing around, and oh my god, unicorns prancing all over the place, and it's just like an incredibly happy home life, a happy marriage, a happy relationship, a happy situation. So that's your outcome. But this 10 is also an ending of a phase, an ending of a situation. It's moving on like the World card, Tens are always about moving into a new situation, a new state of circumstance, either emotionally or in a relationship. You could be moving forward to a more evolved state in your emotions. You could be ending a phase with your emotions and moving on, like the Eight of Cups, to this new, more grounded, more stable, more happy situation, and you are starting over again with the Ace of Cups, with the self-love, with the new beginning. And that's what Tens are all about. It's about the pinnacle of that situation, the pinnacle of that circumstance, and then moving on to this new Ace. It's either moving on up or moving on down. You could either have a breakup or you could have a resurgence of a relationship. And that's what the Tens are all about. So let's see what we are doing, water signs. Let's see what our advice is for water signs. Please, please, please. Sunrise. It's always darkest before the dawn, right? Advice, please, for water signs. Advice, please, for water signs. Advice, advice, advice. There's like two. Goodness. Lord help me. Alright, awakening. Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. And the Lovers. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions in good health. Look at things from a different perspective. It's also about making a sacrifice in order to see things a different way, from a different point of view. This energy could be outside of you. Maybe someone is... I see. This message that I just said might resonate for a few people. It won't resonate for everybody, but this other message might resonate more with someone else. So the Knight of Cups reversed can be a message of love, a message of caring coming at you. And the Eight of Cups can be that they are walking away from a situation and coming towards you. The Page of Wands is a message of love that you were hoping for. And in this whole scenario, you come out with the Ten of Cups, which is a new beginning, a new phase starting with a relationship, like the hopes and dreams coming true. But yeah, look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. Hanged Man. It's always interesting to try to force yourself to look at things from a different perspective. It takes you out of your comfort zone and helps you understand people and where they're coming from. Even like the most belligerent people out there have their own perspective and the reason why they do the things that they do. And they think they are in the right because of all of the things that happened before this time. And if you try to understand them with compassion and love, you might be able to help them see a different point of view that's more in alignment with love and acceptance of others. So if you have like a bully at school, this is a very minor like scenario. If you have a bully at school or something like that who is picking on people all the time and he just seems like a very bad person because of what he does to everybody, it's because he has a bad home life, or it's because he has some pain in his life and he's taking it out on other people because he can. That's his perspective. He doesn't know how to control his emotions or his thoughts. and he doesn't understand what is going on with him, and so he takes on this role of projecting all of his anger, all of his pain out towards others. And if somebody just takes the time to look at things from his perspective, help him heal his pain, help him heal his situation, then he will, turn around and not be such a bully, not be such so emotionally driven to hurt others. People hurt people because they're hurting inside, and if somebody takes the time and compassion to help that person heal, they will move forward in their life in a much more aware state. And that's what needs to happen with a lot of people right now. People don't need to fight. We don't need wars. We don't need, death by the hands of others. If we just had a world of people who are peacemakers and compassionate and peace-loving and understanding, then we would be able to move through this world in a more compassionate way. We just need we need an army of people who are diplomats and caregivers, instead of an army of people with guns. Death and killing never solves anything. It's just like more and more and more and more hurt, and people seek revenge for that hurt, and the pain just keeps increasing and increasing and increasing, and it will never stop unless we take the time and compassion to heal those wounds. The Lovers. We have the Lovers as our other card. It says, intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, in good health. Like I said before, Lovers is about a physical relationship. It can be also a choice between what is good for you and what is what you need, between the pancakes or the banana. So you have this choice ahead of you. You need to look at the different perspective. You need to look at something from a different perspective, and you need to make a choice on what is good for you and what you want, what you desire to have in your life, what you think you should have, and what you actually need. It can also be about a physical relationship blessed by Eros. One of those passionate, intimate relationships. That is your advice. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a reading with me, my email is in the description. And please visit my Facebook page. And the listing for all of my prices are also in the description. So yeah. Thank you. I'll be coming out soon with the all signs for August soon. I will, separately put them out there for August tomorrow, at least. I'll get as many out there as I can. I do work. So, yeah, I'll get them out as soon as I possibly can. Yeah, thank you. I'll talk to you later.